stumbled upon this symbol on the headstone of an ancestor of a man named in a high-level whistleblower affidavit as a mercenary for the occult. I'd never heard of this organization, so I was curious. According to encyclopedia.com, the Brotherhood of Railroad Trainmen was established in 1883 in Oneonta, New York, and changed its name to the Brotherhood of Railroad Trainmen in 1890 because many of the members had either been promoted or had changed positions out of the brakeman job. One of the perks of membership was death insurance, which was billed initially as an insurance brotherhood, offering $300 to workers killed on the job. Wages averaged about $1 a day, so $300 was an excellent payout. 70% of brakemen would expect death or other injury on the job. It was an exceptionally difficult job to do and to do well. By 1885, death benefits had increased to $800, and membership at nearly 40 lodges numbered over 8,000. I say lodges because this organization acted like a Freemasonic fraternity. Quote, members also participated in rituals stemming from a Masonic tradition that were similar to those of other fraternal brotherhoods, unquote. This quote from encyclopedia.com. William Shebelin, in his many books on Freemasonry, have shown us that Freemasonry is really a recruiting organization for the occult, specifically the Great White Brotherhood, elite dark and light magicians. Freemasonry is the holder of the occult mysteries, and those mysteries stem back to biblical times. In the modern day, it's a cover organization, one that shields and covers for its true inner sanctum activities. The people at the lowest levels, those who don't rise through the ranks because they are not suited to occult practices, vehemently protest that it is not occultic, which at their level is completely true. They just unwittingly shield those that are practicing in their temples. Billed now as a trade union, the Brotherhood of Railroad Trainmen did not initially function as a trade union, and Brotherhood leaders maintained cordiality with company officials. In this manner, the Brotherhood of Railroad Trainmen's comport was similar to its counterpart railway brotherhoods in that it did not fraternize with other labor unions. In fact, there was little cooperation between the four railroad brotherhoods, though essentially they functioned as one by ignoring collective bargaining with management and continuing their foci on insurance and welfare benefits of their members. Railroad company officials did not legitimately recognize the organization. Brotherhood of Railroad Trainmen members were often discriminated against or fired once management learned of their affiliation. What was the Brotherhood of Railroad Trainmen then? The symbolism suggests that it was one of the many Great White Brotherhood's cover organizations, possibly connected to the sovereign military, Knights Templar, or other subsets of the system. One hallmark of a Brotherhood organization is that they choose 3 words to represent their group. The Brotherhood of Railroad Trainmen's words are benevolence, sobriety, and industry. The Brotherhood also uses medallions to represent their groups, and frequently the sovereign military breakout orders like the Order of the Thistle, Order of the Garter, etc. have these medallions. The Brotherhood of Railroad Trainmen also has medallions, complete with Knights' helmets and Knight Templar cross formations. To me, this means that at least a subset of the Brotherhood of Railroad Trainmen membership is part of the Great White Brotherhood's sovereign military. The red/white cross on the left is a Knights Templar cross. You can see how the Brotherhood of Railroad Trainmen medallions below are all circular sigils with the background of the cross. One even has a skull and crossbones at the top, while the others have a knight's helmet. The plaque of the Ladies' Auxiliary Unit of the Brotherhood of Railroad Trainmen shows the Solomonic star with the clasped hands inside. The clasped hands indicate a high-level Brotherhood membership called Initiates of the Flame. The 6-pointed star is a nod to black magic, Solomonic magic, which is high-level magic in the Brotherhood. The numbers on the bottom of the above plaque are strange as well. They appear to be mirror image 6s. This plaque shows the ship's wheel formation, or what is called the Wheel of Bondage in the Brotherhood's terminology. It is used widely in the Honorary Order of Rotarians, or the Rotary Club symbology, and it refers to human trafficking by water in that context. I wonder if, in this context, it would refer to human trafficking by railway, the symbol being similar to an early train wheel. In Urichtsville, Ohio, Union Cemetery, there's a monument to the Brotherhood of Railroad Trainmen and has the same Wheel of Bondage marker. The article about it says that, quote, the gravestone does not actually mark the grave of a person, unquote, which means that its presence in a graveyard is a bit suspect. Who does it memorialize? In 1898 in Sacramento, California, there was a Brotherhood of Railroad Trainmen gala. The invitation to the gala contains some ornamentation reminiscent of other sorts of ornamentation that the Brotherhood has been known to use. Quote, okay, so in that order, their second upgrade is Order of Chivalry. It consists of knights and masters of arms. So when they're talking about that it's connected to sovereign under the sovereign military of this system, it gives you details about what it's supposed to. Like, for example, the knights swear fealty to the crown. Again, not to the United States, not to the United States government or military. They swear to the crown in their fealty ceremony. They're known to wear a white belt and a gold chain as a symbol of their fealty. So this tells you when they appear in places, they're going to have that white belt and they're going to have a chain, a gold chain, which is a symbol of their fealty. And it could be a watch that's connected, which a lot of the railroad men would have that watch with the gold chains that they wear in their pockets. That being a quote from a high-level whistleblower. A gold chain worn as an outward symbol of their sworn allegiance to the crown or a foreign government. The Brotherhood of Railroad Trainmen produced accident medallions, telling the individual who found the injured worker which lodge it reported to. These were on gold chains and could be worn by any individual of any position on the railroad, and most railroad conductors also had a chain that carried their watch. All in all, it's an interesting subject. I'd be curious to know how much human trafficking does go on via the railroad and just how much of a player the railroads are in the Brotherhood. They sure seem to be built, owned, and operated by the big and wealthy players in society, so the probability that they were most, if not all, Brotherhood organizations is very high.